Hello and welcome back to your non-league on Sunday bite-size edition, and in today's bite-size we will be looking at my picks of yesterday's FA Trophy results, plus we will be looking at the National League North, the National League South and the Isthmian South Central, plus I've got a couple of news items to bring up as well. So with that, roll the titles. So kicking things off with the news, I've got two news items this week, and it's both resignations of managers at clubs. The first one is Paul Johnson has resigned at Bedfont Sports as manager after 7 years at the helm of the club. I'm guessing this is following a string of poor results which has led to Bedfont Sports being at the very bottom of the Isthmian South Central League table. And also Sean Birchnell has resigned from his post at Farnham after a string of poor results, but his resignation was down more to events happening behind the scenes at Farnham Football Club. So interesting developments there. I'm not going to go through it all in detail, but I'm sure a lot of you know what's been going on there, and you see it all on Twitter and social media in general. So my pick of results from yesterday's FA Trophy results, just bear in mind these are my picks. Obviously any other results I didn't mention, feel free to mention them down below in the comments. I've not mentioned really any of the Northern results. That's because my knowledge of Northern non-league clubs isn't that fantastic. So yeah, my fault, but there you go. So AFC Dunstable 0, Hanwell Town 1. Hanwell doing very well, not just in the league, but I'm glad to see they're doing well in a cup competition this year. Beaconsfield 2, Churro City 0. I think that's a great result for Beaconsfield. They, not a very well supported club. No offence there, but that's a great result against one of the top teams in the Southern League Premier Division South this season. Haringey Borough 1, Billericay 3, Harlow 0, Bishop Stortford 4, Harrow Borough 2, Hayes and Yedden 0. That's a great result for Harrow there. Hayes and Yedden, who haven't been that great in the league this year, they're now knocked out of the FA Trophy. Macclesfield 0, and I think you said Guiseley 2. I think that's how you pronounce their name. Sorry about that, but that's a poor result for Macclesfield. They got a very good back in there. Nuneaton 1, Alvechurch 2. So Alvechurch not doing just well in the FA Cup, but the FA Trophy as well, it seems. Redditch 3, AFC Tottenham 1, Uxbridge 4, Wingate and Finchley 2, Weston-super-Mare 1, Bognor Regis 2. Battle of the Seasides there, and it's Bognor Regis who come out victorious at Weston. And finally the game I went to yesterday, Winchester City 0, Swindon Supermarine 5. You'll see a vlog on that. Terrible performance in Winchester, but hopefully they can move on from that result. So the results in yesterday's National League fixtures: Chesterfield 2, Bournemouth 0, Dagenham and Redbridge 4, Wealdstone 1, Dorking Wanderers 0, Aldershot Town 3, FC Halifax 2, Oldham Athletic 1, Gateshead 1, Solihull Moors 1, Maidenhead United 1, Bromley 0, Maidstone United 1, Yeovil Town 1, Notts County 4, Torquay United 0. So a battle of the top and the very bottom, and it turns out, as you'd expect, Notts County hammering the visiting side there. Woking 1, Eastleigh 0, Wrexham 4, Altrincham 0, and finally York City 0, Southend United 2. So in terms of the league table, Notts County remain at the top of the National League, of Wrexham just behind in second, 3 points behind Notts County. Chesterfield, Solihull, Woking, Bournemouth and Southend make up the playoff spots there. Bromley and Barnet not far out of the playoffs as well, in 8th and 9th respectively. And right at the bottom you've got Yeovil, Gateshead, Maidstone and Torquay. Torquay, I'm quite surprised they're doing so poor this season at the foot of this National League table. Yeovil as well, former Championship side, they're struggling now in 21st position. Can they stay up? Let me know in the comments down below. So the results in the National League North: AFC Fylde 1, Peterborough Sports 0, AFC Telford 1, Alfreton 2, Banbury 0, Kidderminster Harriers 1, Boston United 2, Chester 3, Bradford Park Avenue 1, Brackley Town 2, Chorley 4, Farsley Celtic 3. That's a 7-goal thriller there. Curzon Aston 1, Hereford 3, Darlington 1, Leamington 1, Gloucester City 2, Kings Lynn Town 1, Kettering 4, Blyth Spartans 2, Scarborough 2, Spennymoor 2, and lastly Southport 1, Buxton 4. So in the league table, Kings Lynn remain top of the table with a game in hand ahead of Brackley Town with 27 points. So Kings Lynn could bounce back straight into the National League next term. But in the playoffs, you've got Brackley, Gloucester, Darlington, Alfreton, Scarborough and Kidderminster. AFC Fylde just outside of the playoff positions then 8th, albeit on goal difference. And right at the foot of the table, we have Boston United, Bradford Park Avenue, Blyth Spartans and AFC Telford. The results in yesterday's National League South, Bath City 0, Dover Athletic 1, Chelmsford City 5, Eastbourne Borough 0, Cheshunt 2, Hampton Waterlooville 3, Concord Rangers 3, Chippenham 1, Dartford 3, Weymouth 0. Weymouth, well, what can we say? Bobby Wilkinson's done a fantastic job for them in the cup competitions, but the league is quite the opposite. They're still struggling. They can't get a win, can they, Weymouth, in the league? Farnborough 2, Oxford City 1, Hampton and Richmond Borough 0, Braintree 3, Hemel Hempstead 1, Ebbsfleet 1, St Albans 1, Dulwich Hamlet 2, Taunton 4, Tonbridge Angels 1, Welling United 1, Hungerford 0, and Worthing 2, Slough Town 2. So in the league table then, Ebbsfleet United once again as well remain top of the table with 36 points, 2 games in hand of second place Dartford. Having Waterlooville, Chelmsford, Braintree, Worthing, Bath City make up those vital playoff spots, with Welling, Tonbridge, Oxford and Dover not far from those playoff positions. Right at the foot of the table we have Concord Rangers, Cheshunt, Hungerford and Weymouth. Like I said earlier, Weymouth really struggling this term. You've got to feel for their fans. They just cannot get a win in the league, and it really would be the great escape at this point if they can stay up in the National League South. And Hungerford as well. It's a team I don't really want to see go down, but it's looking quite likely. And lastly, let's take a look at the results in yesterday's Isthmian League South Central Division. Ashford 0, Walton and Hersham 5. That's a great result there for the visitors. Chertsey Town 3, Leatherhead 1. Chertsey put an L in Leatherhead there. Marlow 5, Basingstoke Town 2. That is despite Basingstoke taking a 2-0 lead at the break in Marlow. Mercham 0, Hamworth Villa 1, Northwood 0, Chipstead 0, South Park 1, Southall 0, Tooting and Mitcham 2, Bedfont Sports 1, and finally Westfield 2, Thatcham 1. So the league standings in that division. Northwood still remain, would you believe, at the top of the table with 28 points, 5 points ahead of second place Marlow. South Park, Chertsey and Walton and Hersham make the playoffs. Westfield, Basingstoke and Southall all on 17 points, just 4 points behind those playoff spots there. And right at the bottom, Mercham still winless this season. I mean, they just cannot get a win, can they? And they did come down from step 3 last season. They just cannot win, can they? And Bedfont Sports as well, really struggling this term, with Thatcham and Guernsey making the relegation playoff spots. Well, that has been a Non-League on Sunday bite-sized edition. I hope you've enjoyed. Click like if you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more of this Non-League content. Any comments down below, feel free. Any news I missed out on, or any other results that you think were a shock today. I've missed out Step 3 today because there wasn't many games, I think, because of the FA Trophy result games going on. So sorry for that lack of Step 3 this week, but Non-League on Sunday Live will be back next Sunday as we review most of the FA Cup first round games and we preview Bracknell Town versus Ipswich Town on the Monday night. So yeah, thank you for watching. Until then, we will see you very soon.